How's it going, everyone? Sir Douglas here with a brand new video, and today, well, this is more like a more. I wouldn't say how. This is more of a clip of a video, actually. We did the most recent episode of the Argos Fancast. Uh, was just published a couple of days ago. The link to it is in the description. Highly recommend you go watch it and on YouTube, or you can listen to it on wherever the hell you get your podcasts. But I kind of went off a little bit on certain things. In particular it's been 2 weeks that I've had to marinate on the rule changes, and I kind of went off just a tiny bit. So I'm just gonna show that to you guys here, pretty much right now. So yeah, take a watch, and like I said, go listen to the Argos Fancast. It's available. Like I got a link in the description, and it's also available Spotify and wherever you can get your podcast. So give it a listen. I'll talk to you guys again soon.
What else we got here? Doug, we haven't talked to you since we had the new rules.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I want to give you the floor to kind of, what what were your thoughts on some of these rules?
Well, I kind of at first I'm pretty sure at first, like, everybody had the same kind of I was kind of the same thing as well, where I was in a little bit of shock, and I had to go and do my own little late night rambling video in order to kind of process it and go through it and think to myself, are these going to be good? Are these going to be bad? Whatever. And honestly, like, most of the changes are going to be pretty innocuous, to be perfectly honest. Like the Rouge rule needed changing for a
Yeah.
long time. We all know this. The putting the benches on opposite sides. This is like, people have been wanting that for a long time.
Yeah.
The automatic 35-second play clock. Some people, like, I know there are people bitching saying, like, this is going to be a problem. I'm like, oh, you're going to ruin a good thing. It's like, no, if anything, like, it's going to speed the game up. Number one. Like, do you think
Yep.
I like sitting on my? I don't like. Do you think I want, like, especially after like 3 hours and we with like 4 injuries where players had to get carted off the field? Do you think I still want to be in a stadium at 11:30 at night on
Um,
a?
that
No, I
that
don't. I want to go home.
that's one of the ones that I've got some issue with because I don't think we know all the details of it. How is the
Yeah,
stoppage in the final 3 minutes going to go?
yeah,
What does
exactly.
the
Like,
injury time kind of work out?
yeah.
Um,
Like
and
like I
then
think there's still going to be like some, like, referees are going to be calling timeouts and whatnot. I still think they're going to be doing that.
yeah,
And I think in the final 3 minutes you'll have 35 seconds to get like, you might get, like, I don't think it's going to be like tied to the game. It might not be tied to the game clock in the final 3 minutes. I honestly don't know. We'll have to wait and see how the rules committee comes up, like, decides to hammer all this stuff out in the off season. We'll have to wait and see on that. But to me that's nothing. And then you've got, like, the moving the goalpost to the back of the end zone. Honestly, like, don't, like, having the goalposts in the front was a holdover from the days when they were still doing rugby prior to the like during the genesis of Canadian football, essentially. And I still remember I saw videos of when they were doing the converts from the back of the end zone at one point. So it's like, you know what, like,
and we also
I mean,
used to have 25-yard end zones too.
exactly. That's probably and that was the time when they were doing the converts from the back of the end zone. So, like, I mean, I understand you're gonna lose the meme of the quarterback hitting the post. You're gonna lose you're gonna lose missed field goal returns. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, but that was some of the most exciting plays. True. But have they happened this year?
Y- y- You get probably 4 or 5 of those that are worth talking about a year for the entire league.
Exactly.
4 or 5 moments, I can live with that.
Out of countless hours of football.
Yeah.
Like literally 4 to 5 countless hours of football, 4 to 5 moments.
Yeah.
Right? To me, okay, you lose that, but guess what? You can end up making up something else with a nice little rainbow shot from the 25 going to the end zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, to me, that's a trade-off. Then you have the narrowing of the field to 100 yards. I can see I kind of had to really dig deep in order to get past the whole thing about the whole rigmarole about that. And personally, I thought what they did was kind of good. It's kind of ingenious, really, because Jim Mullen pointed this out on Excrement. He pointed this out. The Canadian football game, as it currently stands, can only fit in 3% of stadiums worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Shortening the end zones and shortening the field, you can now fit it in 40% of stadiums worldwide. So basically, if you're, let's say, I don't know, Pierre Carl Pelado, for example, and McGill is stonewalling you on replacing the turf and doing the changes necessary, you don't think he's going to be on the phone to Joey Saputo to say, "Hey, can we move? Hey, can the Owls move into Stat Saputo?"
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, out in Calgary, McMahon is already a dilapidated shithole, and now it gets to the point where it's going to become condemned within 12 to 18 months. You don't think CSEC would be on the phone to you don't think CSEC would be going out to Spruce Meadows where Cavalry play?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, don't forget about international expansion, which a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't go back to the States, blah 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 blah, elbows up and all that." Okay. This is where I'm going to start throwing, this is where I'm going to throw my flag, so hit the clip.
Illegal procedure, defense. They made the offense move. 5-yard penalty. First down repeated.
Haven't seen that.
We just did. Anyway, so to the people that are going off saying this is an Americanization of the game, people that are resulting to personal attacks against the commissioner, people calling him, and I'm going to paraphrase here slightly, a bald, traitorous twat, calling for his firing, people going out and making change.org petitions that have about enough power as a fart in the wind, people that are going off, blacking out their uniforms and blacking out their, basically wearing all black and taping up CFL logos. And then there's people that are making banners that look like a 5-year-old made it with duct tape and a hope and a prayer. And let's not forget the fact that someone actually said, oh, the teams don't own their stadiums. Call the cities and lobby. Okay, first of all, in Toronto, do you think Mayor Chow gives a flying fuck about what goes on at BMO Field? And
No.
secondly, to all of these people that are so pissed off, first of all, have a Snickers, go outside, touch some grass, and calm the fuck down. Okay? This kind of shit doesn't help anyone. I get it. The game that you grew up loving isn't going to be the game that you grew up with anymore. It is going to change. Okay? But as Frank Herbert wrote in Dune, ways change. So can this.
Yep. the game has changed in many ways throughout all of our lifetimes.
I mean, think of it this way. Imagine if social media was around back in the 1920s when Canadian football adopted the forward pass, when we were still playing rugby, and the Americans had been using the forward pass for 15 years at that point. Can you imagine? Oh, this is Americanization from the game, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go get my pitchfork and go down to Wellington Street and whatever. No. Have a Snickers, go touch some grass, calm the fuck down. Okay? This isn't going, like, a lot of you that are saying, oh, this is going to turn the game into the NFL. No, it's not. And those of you trying to use this as an elbows up movement, are you fucking stupid? This isn't like Jerry Jones or Stan Kroenke or Robert Kraft or Dean Spanos. Speaking of which, fuck you, Spanos. This isn't like them coming in, buying up the league and saying that's it. You're going to American rules now. This isn't that. The Americans have absolutely outside of the players and football app staff. When it comes to ownership, Americans have no involvement here. There is no reason to turn this into an elbows up moment. Okay? No reason. So just calm down. There is no reason to be getting upset over a painted line on a strip of grass that's in an area with a bunch of seats pointed at it. For God's sakes. Like, just chill out. I know I should be taking my own advice and chilling out myself. But this kind of shit gets so far up my nose. It's ridiculous. Oh, and secondly, those of you season ticket holders that saying, I'm going to give up my season seats if they change the rules, you better have the courage to back up your convictions. Because I know there were some Argos season seat holders that said that, and I know they've been season seat holders for longer than I have. So when they put in when ultimately the soccer seats get put back in the south end zone, and they get locked in, and they get the new luxury stuff over in the north end zone, don't come crying you better back it up and give them up, because guess what? That means I moved to the front of the line because I've got 20 years in. I would move to the front of the line because you fuckers gave it all up, and I can go wherever the hell I damn well want in the stadium, and you guys will be coming back in on year one. So you better give them up and better have the courage of your conviction. Because personally, I know the way Argo fans are. I don't think you do.
All right.
I'm done.
All
There's
right.
my rant that I've been holding on to for the last 2 fucking weeks. Ever since I did the ranting video, the ramble video, things have just spiraled. Like, things online the discourse has just spiraled out of control, and someone needed to say something to say, dude, just chill.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, are we going to get some people canceling their season tickets and trying to make a stand?
Oh, probably.
There's a couple people I hope will, but the majority of these people, I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
I think they're going to, come back with tail between their legs and pretend that they never said anything. And
they'll be right back. They'll be right back tailgating next season. They will be right back tailgating next season. Oh, man, shit! I had something that came to my mind here. Shit, I totally forgot. Something came to my mind and slipped it. Fuck.
And to the geniuses that decided that they were going to try and make a point in the last home game by walking out with their, I don't know. I don't know if a 5-year-old drawing that one, that might be a little insulting to kindergartners. Thinking you're walking out with what you put on there as your biggest gripe was making a point.
Nobody cares.
No.
Especially that lot, since I know who you're talking about. Nobody freaking cares.
Yeah.
I mean, now I remember. Now I remember what the point was. The fact that only 2 out of 9 teams make money consistently in the CFL, they have to try and do something.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, just people that are saying, "Oh, just needs more marketing." No, you don't mean that. You mean needs more advertising. And the fact is, and the thing is, I don't know about you, but I run an ad blocker on my browser.
Mm-hmm.
So if an ad gets through that, it's a miracle. You're not gonna like. People have been trying to avoid ads for like the last forever.
Yeah,
There's a reason why people fast forward through commercials.
And the thing with when they say, oh, it needs more marketing, needs more marketing. Well, I don't think you understand. Like you said, you mean advertising.
Yeah, they mean that. Yeah,
Advertising is one thing. Marketing is a whole other giant ball of wax.
advertising
And
is a branch on the marketing tree, and that tree is huge.
And to be honest, what the CFL has already said, phase 2 of this is marketing. And that's, to be honest, I've started seeing them roll out ads, do more advertising, period.
Yeah.
I look, the BC Lions, they do a great thing in their thing, but I was just out in BC and on the island, on Vancouver Island, there's no mention of it out there, unless I stayed with the guy who's a season ticket holder for the BC Lions, and he gets, that gets on the ferry for every game and hotel and everything like that. But didn't see anything there. Didn't see anything going through the southern portion of BC. Nothing in the stores, nothing like that. So, and then seeing some stuff on TV, it was great. Great seeing more stuff like that. But yeah, Saskatchewan and Winnipeg are making money, and that's it.
And
right?
Unfortunately, you can't have a 2-team league.
No. Yeah, it's they're getting. I want to say I think there's a lot of issues apart from all these changes they want to make. Contract length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the coach.
absolutely.
Honestly,
scrap the coach's cap. Yeah, scrap that piece of shit in a hurry.
Like I understand the idea behind it, but it is killing the development in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these players just could be massive stars if they just had a little bit more help to point things out. Right now, you've got 4 or 5 coaches a team. Like, you can't coach 53 players with only 5 coaches.
Yeah.
Right? You need more. And if you want to talk about problems, there's a major problem. And that's going to kind of lead into your marketing as well, because you start developing these players a little bit more. Hey, we're going to know their names a little bit more. We're going to want to see them. There's a demand, got a little bit more of a demand for them to do appearances or, this and that, the other thing. And
people would want to buy their jersey.
Yeah. It's like, and I think with what the commissioner made a brief mention is the marketing arm is going to start in phase 2. And I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more of that. I want to throw something out of left field here that's been bugging me for a couple of years. I think the CFL made a stupid mistake in shutting down the CFL store.
CFL store.
They used to have that. They used to have an online presence on the CFL website. That you could.
For like neutral stuff, for league stuff.
They still had They had every team is in there as well. They had
Oh,
all
okay.
the sideline gear, stuff like that. Most of that stuff went through the league.
Hmm.
And then several years ago during COVID, they scrapped that arm and everything goes through the teams now. And you get teams like, Toronto, that don't have as many cool things to wear.
Or
You
just
know,
not cool. Not just not a lot of cool things, period.
yeah.
I've been to that Ryder store. I would love to have some of the shit that they got there
Yeah,
when it's
and
Argo
and
colors.
and a lot
But
of that's out of their end, right? The
yeah,
CFL is not spearheading that, right? Like
no.
the NFL does with their Fanatic series. That stuff
Mm.
is not done at the team level. That's done at the league level,
Hmm.
and things like that. Getting your stuff out there. I think the Argos need to start tooting the tooting the horn and pumping, inviting the local news to all of the huddle up things that they do. I know they don't want to because that's like but if you would see how good these huddle up programs are, like some of these kids are coming out of there really wanting to go to an Argo game, and then they're getting stonewalled by their parents, right? Throw in some tickets for these kids, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Give them a pair of tickets each. One so the one parent can go and one kid. Like do things like that. I know there's going to be teams like Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. Well, we don't want to do that because that's less money in our pocket. But if some other teams want to do it, go ahead, do it.
Hmm.
Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton right now,
Yeah.
Calgary, BC. You know, there's a lot of these stadiums that have a little bit extra that you get. You get the kids, and then eventually you get the parents. But it also goes along with who they're sitting around. Like you've seen it in our section.
Hmm.
We do,
People. Yeah, we get a lot of we create a lot of energy there.
and it may not necessarily come across, but every time we see a kid who's got one of those little first game certificates, we try and do everything else to try and get them right in the game and cheering and going nuts and enjoying it all, and you go and sit at the, you know, say at the 55 yard line with the couple people that are been season ticket holders for 50 years and really aren't into the whole cheering aspect, and it's going to kind of be kind of boring,
Hmm.
right? But you get them in some of the cheaper seats,
You get them with
and
us.
you,
You get them with us. Hello.
yep. Anyway, anywhere across the end zone, there's
Mhm.
there's stuff going on, and that's where they've got to move.
Mhm.
We've got to get moving on because we're been
We've been
going off on
rambling
what the
on about
CFL
this.
needs to do. We've got some picks.